All right, I am live. It's always good to know that you're live. And I'm actually going to be checking my feed on Facebook to make sure that things are still good here. So give me a second. I'm just refreshing things. So, welcome to the Good Parts Challenge for April 25th. I'm Chase Swift. If you just caught me recently or in this video, I'm doing a series of videos called The Good Parts. And every day, Monday through Friday, I'm going through um, what the good parts in life are all about and what I'm experiencing and things like that. So this is good. I've got myself going on my live stream on Facebook because I had a problem sharing a screen. So I can kind of peek over every once in a while and make sure it's still going. So today's good parts is I do a lot of videos. I think it's one of the best things you can do when you're building a business. Let me turn down my volume here. Because you people get to see you as you are, and they can get a direct kind of sense of your personality and your skills and just your heart and all these good things. It's almost as good as being there, of course. So I learned about video years ago with YouTube and developed a channel that has something like 4.6 million views. So I've really hit it out of the park in a number of ways to get people to watch my videos. I know how to find videos or actually record videos that people are searching for. And that's a big deal. If you just do a video and hope that they watch it, not so good. But if you do a video that people are searching for, it's easy to figure that out. They want to know this, and you're like, oh, geez, I can do that. So now I'm going to go on. Pardon me. I'm going to go in a little more in depth into how I record a lot of these videos. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Give me a moment here. Share screen. We're going to go to. We want to find this program that I use. And it could be a little problematic because I have so many tabs going. Oh, I know what I can do. There we go. That's going to help. Looking. Can't find it. So if I can't find it, should have practiced. It's always good to do. Practice. Well, I'll just share my entire screen. That works. Okay. So what I'll do is bring up the program. I quit it. That's why. Gee whiz. Sometimes. I'm going to bring this up and open it up. It's called ScreenFlow. I almost said StreamYard. So that reminds me, I should differentiate between what I'm using now, which is StreamYard, and what I'm showing you. And yes, it is coming up on my screen, so that's good. This is ScreenFlow, and it's for Macintosh or Apple computers only. It's a really sophisticated program. Now, it's not sophisticated to learn. It really isn't. It's pretty intuitive. There's a lot of buttons and a lot of options, but your car has a lot of buttons and options too, and you can get from point A to point B pretty quickly and easily. So, let me show what's kind of going on here, and just show you some brief, basic things that you want to do. Now, first of all, when I started this video, I did this yesterday. I wanted this full screen from my webcam, and it is. And that's a great thing. You can change and I need to select the element I want to work on. And then, so what you can do is scale the images or the content very easily and move it around. And that's what I did. So the other thing you can do is I like kind of a rounded circlish thing. And I found out that you can actually crop this and drag some buttons over here and here. Actually, we do want that. Let's do that. And then what you do is corner around, and I did it quick and easy. I had better numbers to go off of, but it kind of looks like a diamond in a way now, but you can make it more round. I just didn't get this exactly right, and I forgot to write down my numbers. So let's try something like that. Ooh, that's not quite. So the point is, sometimes that little circle in the bottom right is kind of cool. And now I'm dragging the corners of the entire element and scrunching it down. Okay. Now what I did in this video yesterday is I undid all these settings. So let me just back it up. Here's the cool thing. You can just back, and get right back to where you were. Okay. Now in this case, I had, it was more full frame. So I just dragged this up to where it was full frame like that. And then in another part of the video, I wanted the little circle. So I am sharing my screen here. Let me zoom up so it's a little further. And here I am in the bottom right. So I moved myself from full screen. I just showed myself full screen and then down to a little circle. I didn't get it perfect, but you can move this circle. Oop, you got to drag the right element, by the way. And so this is a track. It's the track of my webcam. And then I can move that around the screen. And I like just putting myself in the lower corner. So that was good. And that way people can see you and hear you, of course. And also, they can also be seeing your screen, which is what I was doing. The screen is this element, and I can move this around here. And whatever you see is what you get. So it's pretty nice. So I'll undo that and leave it right dead center. And what I was doing here was showing something on my computer screen. A lot of times, as in now, you typically describe how to do things on the computer, and others can learn from you. Okay. Now, there's some other really cool things like titles. Sometimes I want to explain things more, and so you can add text. And in this regard, let's say you can move text over. I'm going to move it. Let's just move it over here. Okay, so you can just say, "Hi, this is text." And obviously, I would change it to something else, but you can move this text around, place it in and or on your video, and it appears for a small sliver of time. And I just zoomed in on the timeline. So this red bar is your timeline. As you go through the video, it's going to show this text and then not show it. Another really cool thing I like to do is once I have the element, like this text, I right click on the element down here and I get a number of other options. And one things I really like doing is adding a starting and ending transition. And that puts us a little alteration at the beginning, at the end. What this does is, and I'll do it slowly, these autoresponders, is it fades it in, and then towards the end of the text, bridge, it fades it out. Gives you, okay. So I love that control. It fades it in. I'll do it one more time. One of these autoresponders. And then it fades it out. Both of them are good. Traffic Wave gives you leverage. Get response. Okay. So in this video, I was talking about autoresponders. And so this is just a text sample. Obviously, I'm going to take it out now. So I can click on the element, the track, the text, and then delete it if I need to. There's also a really nice other element like for a title. And this is animated. It moves, it does things. It's really kind of cool. So let me just show you how that. And most of what I've learned is from other people using ScreenFlow. I learned a lot from YouTube videos. If you just type in ScreenFlow, you'll find some really good tutorials on ScreenFlow, of course. And then ScreenFlow itself has very good tutorials too. I learned everything from pretty much watching those. Okay, in this case, I really like this headline with an orange subtitle. As you move your mouse over it, it will kind of animate the way it's supposed to animate. I like that one too. Let's do the second one. So as you click on that and then click select, this could be the title of the beginning of your video. And what you're going to have over here is the text of what you want to say. So you could say, like for this video, so the best tool, I'll say, for video. And then underneath it would be ScreenFlow. Okay, so I'm just typing that in. The top one is larger font and ScreenFlow is, a little bit smaller. You can change the font and do all sorts of cool things here. I'll just leave it as is. And I'll click add. And I've moved it. And so let me move the timeline over. Now I'm not sure where, let's take a look where this is going to play. See, it's going to be in the kind of the bottom left corner, which is fine. So let's hit play. Now I have some audio that's going to maybe mess up, but let's hear this right now. Fonts gives you higher commissions, but only from the direct people you refer. So I will explain. So that was a nice little segment. It came in and drew the box around and then it undid it. It's kind of a nice thing. So titling is really nice. You can do all sorts of things with video tracks, your webcam, your screen, which are two separate tracks. And you can rotate them. There's all sorts of things. Many of these things I really don't do. Cropping, I don't do that very often, to be honest. The sound, a lot of times you have background noise sometimes, or maybe a fan on your computer is whirring, and it can actually take that out. You can click on the video track, which would be in this case, the webcam. I would go all the way back to the beginning. And what you can do is create an action. I'm not going to go on, this is not going to be a tutorial. I'm just kind of showing you highlights, but an action. And what, oh, I'm sorry, I have an action over here. I split the clip into two spots. So let's put it over here. And now we have this little yellow area. It's hard to see, but it's in this section of this track that I split. And then what you can do is, let's come down to remove background noise. And it'll just pick up some of the words or fans or things like that. It's really quite nice. It smooths out the audio just automatically. That's really a nice thing. So that's a cool feature for sure. What else do I like here? There are also things like you can draw circles and squares and arrows. So let me show you how to add an arrow. And what we'll do is, this is really just drawing a line, and the color would be blue. So as I come across, I could just draw like this. And then at the very end, as endpoints, I can put on an arrowhead. And then we can also change the thickness of that arrow. And then that element would appear. There's a timeline here. And you could also, as I showed earlier, right click, choose add starting and ending transition, and that arrow would fade in. So let's watch that. HPA, of course. And then it's in the fade out. These other tools. And so pretty neat. So I'm not going to cover everything, but I will. The last thing we'll talk about is when you export stuff, it has what you do is you do all your editing, and then when you have everything just right, by the way, you can add music tracks and sound, and it does a great job of what's called ducking, meaning it's kind of like a ducking, I guess. Anyway, the sound would come down as you are talking. It recognizes your voice and makes that predominant, while the music is in the background and it drops it down. Just really nice. Anyway, once you get everything done, and again, this is not a full tutorial, it's just kind of a highlights. Just go to export, and this is going to create the final video file. And so this video I'd called earlier was links page video. And what I like to do is put it to a resolution of 1920 by 1080. It's defaulted to that. That is 4K resolution. It's high resolution. It's good high resolution for YouTube. So I do that. And then I uncheck letterbox content, and it makes whatever you see in the box of your editing window, that's going to be in the video. Okay. I really don't do anything else. This would be about a 521 megabyte file. Pretty large, but YouTube can handle that. And I would just click export. And then you'll have a final video that's edited really cool. I've made some wonderful videos. That's one of the good parts of business on YouTube and video things that I do and explaining things. So that's pretty fun. So that's one of the good parts. Now, let me stop sharing for a moment. So there we go. And I should be back. Let's see if I catch up over here. And so let me go to the website, and I did catch up, so that's good. So let me go to present my screen one more time, and I'll show you the website and talk about how to order it. And so here we go. We got video editing by Telestream. So the website will be in the description of this video on the social media platform that you're watching. So I just took you to ScreenFlow. You can search for ScreenFlow, and you'll find that you come to telestream.net. Kind of an odd name, I know, but it's $169. That's what it says right over here. So that's pricey, but it's value packed. You get tons of editing power for that, and again, it works just for the Mac, so it's not going to work on Windows. Macs kind of have an advantage; they're really graphical and all that good stuff. So it's really customized for the Mac. Apparently, you can start a free trial, which is nice. I didn't realize that actually. And then there's tons of webinars and all sorts of things. This describes a little bit more what everything you can do. So I won't go into every detail. I just wanted you to I wanted to show you the website so that if you wanted to buy it or consider it, put it on your wish list, that's a good thing to do. Okay. So that is the good parts. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. So that's the good parts for today, April 25th, and it's Tuesday. And I just want to close by saying good software is worth it. It's for me, it's the best of the best. It's, I could spend more, I'm sure, but I don't need to. But it is pricey in a way, but it served me for 8 years. I think I started my YouTube channel 8 years ago. And many of the well, I'd say 95% of those videos are done on ScreenFlow. Really, really helpful. And so I just recommend it. So as I've just changed the banner down below, you can go to my website, chaseswift.com/good, and get on my newsletter. In my newsletter, I kind of recap at the end of the week the topics that I've covered. By the way, I have some comments. So Kevin, awesome that you're here. Thank you, sir. I forget to check the comments. So awesome. Gail's here. Thank you for all this great information, Chase. Well, Gail, thank you. Yeah, I'm just kind of sharing what software I have really liked. And so that is one of them, which is I use it almost every week for at least one or two videos for sure. So if you don't have a Mac, there are other considerations like Camtasia. I'm not really a great PC recommendation guy, but for a Mac, I would save up and do all you can to get ScreenFlow. It's really handy. You could ask me for tips again. I'd be glad to help in that area. And for those that get it, you also have the resources of YouTube. Also, the ScreenFlow website has tutorials on it too. I didn't show you that, but they are there, and they do a really good job to teach. I see Derek arrived too. So Derek, thank you. You're here too. Good to have you, Derek. Derek's in the UK, so we'd love to have this international community. It's really cool. So thank you all for appearing and saying hi, giving me comments. I appreciate it so much. So that's pretty much what I have for today. Was good parts of using ScreenFlow. And again, video is a big deal to really communicate well to other people. And I think if you can kind of put your best foot forward, highlight your screen, highlight yourself, add some cool animations and some banners and this and that. Now, StreamYard is pretty nice too. I'm not editing, this is live. So it's a different criteria. But for the most part, this is just an add-on tool that I use, StreamYard. I'll cover that on another video. It will be on my good parts list at some point. Thanks for hanging out with me, and be sure to subscribe down below. I do a weekly recap, and that way you can just not miss certain videos that I may have done. And with that, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.